When it comes to the creation of any website online, guys, there's one thing that you absolutely need, and that's reliable web hosting services. Is Milesweb a reliable web hosting service? Is it a good web host or not to create websites online? In today's review, we're going to be focusing in on their shared and WordPress hosting services. If you're a beginner online and you're creating your first website, or you're thinking about migrating over to their servers, then this video review will be ideal for you. I'm Wally with LearningIt.com, and if you guys are new here to this channel, hit the subscribe button, guys, right now. That way, any future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. And also smash the like button. That way, you'll show your support for this YouTube channel. So as I mentioned before, when it comes to creating any website online, whether you're going to do it with WordPress, Joomla, Magento, any CMS platform online, you need a web host that's 100% reliable. When we talk about reliability, guys, we're talking about a website that's up every time that people are searching for you. Of course, right now you're watching this video on YouTube, and YouTube is powered 24/7, 365 days a year. It doesn't sleep at all. And that's exactly what you want with your web host itself. When people search for you on Google, Yahoo, Bing, just like you searched today for this YouTube video to learn more about Milesweb hosting itself, if it's a really good idea to use to create your website or not, people will search for you online, whether it's in India, it's in the US, it's in Canada, Europe, wherever it is that your visitors or your potential customers are located. They're going to search for you using specific keywords to find your products and services. And all of this will depend on your web hosting provider, in this case, Milesweb hosting. Now, what I want you to do right now to get started, I want you guys to click the very first link that's right below. When you click the link that's right below, it's going to open up to Milesweb landing page itself. As I mentioned before, we're going to be focusing primarily on the shared and like WordPress hosting services, as there's some similarities with both of them. The WordPress has some added specs that the shared doesn't have, but if you want to create essentially a WordPress website online, you can use either of these types of plans to do it. What I did for you guys today in preparation of this Milesweb review is I put together a document right here that goes over some very important things that I think you should know first before getting started with Milesweb hosting. I do have links that are right below that'll save you a lot of money on your web hosting, and that way you can get started the right way using those links below. So we're going to talk about costs. We're going to talk about reliability, as I talked about in the beginning of this video. I want to talk about what people think about Milesweb, as well as security. We're going to talk about other aspects that I think you should know before you get started today, guys. And so what I did, guys, is I put together a document right here that's going to go over some very important points that I think you should know first before getting started today. Of course, we're going to be talking about Milesweb shared and the WordPress hosting itself. And you can use either of these two to create a WordPress website today. We're going to be covering costs. What does it cost to get started with Milesweb? We're going to be talking about uptime performance. As you can see right here, it's extremely important to get started today with a web hosting provider that is super reliable. We're going to be talking about some other specs that I think are extremely important that'll help you to determine how reliable Milesweb is, okay? And so what we're going to do right now, if you guys have already clicked the link that's right below, Milesweb has not only shared web hosting, they have WordPress hosting, VPS, dedicated, reseller. They have all of the major web hosting solutions that you guys will need to create, sites online. Now, if you're a beginner online, you don't need dedicated hosting. You don't need VPS hosting. You don't need reseller hosting, because that's for somebody who wants to really go into business for themselves and resell the web hosting to others for a profit. So you don't need that. Dedicated VPS are really for people that have higher volumes of traffic, which you may not have right now if you're a beginner and this will be your very first website online. There are 4 plans that you can look at: Ignite, Elite, Stellar, Alpha Cloud, okay? With these 4 plans, think about what you need. I recommend that if you're a beginner and you've never created a website and you only need to create one website, use the Ignite plan itself. It has more than enough resources, more than what competitors of Milesweb offer online. You'll not only be able to create one website today with the links below, but you'll get 50 gigabytes of SSD storage. Now, interesting, when you think about other competitors online, competitors of Milesweb, such as SiteGround, which is a very popular web hosting provider online. You can't go too many places online and not hear about SiteGround. They're a lot more expensive, even to host just one website. SiteGround, they only give you 10 gigabytes of SSD on the very first tier, the very first plan, and you only can host one website. So it's more expensive. You're only getting 10 gigabytes of storage, and you have a cap off on your web traffic itself. So you can only receive about 10,000 website visitors per month on the startup plan for SiteGround. And that's just one of many examples of competitors of Milesweb. And so why do I mention that? I mention it because you're getting a lot of value up front with Milesweb, and that's why I highly recommend that you get started with them using the links below. Across the board, you will get unmetered bandwidth, and all that means is that you don't have to worry about how many transfers, like data transfers, for your website itself. And so it really doesn't matter how many visits that you get to your website. It won't be throttled or slowed down due to surges of traffic itself. And so that's why it's unmetered itself. You don't have to worry about your website crashing or stopping due to higher volumes of traffic, if that makes sense. As you go up and you scale up to the elite, you'll be able to create 5 websites online, 75 gigabytes of SSD. With the Stellar, you can host up to 100 websites online with 200 gigabytes of SSD. So here we're talking about a super secure way to store all of your files, online, and ensure that you have fast page loads with your website online. With the 4th plan, Alpha Cloud itself, you're going to be able to host 400 websites. So this is more than enough than you may need to do online. You may just want to create 1, 2, or maybe 3 sites online. If that's the case, go with the elite plan, as I think that'll be the absolute best plan for you. Now, as for me, I'm an affiliate marketer, and I love to promote different products, online for affiliate marketing, whether it's for home-based businesses, different products, online. And for me, the plan that works best would be like the elite plan, because it allows me to create several sites, online. So if you're doing affiliate marketing or you have a home-based business, then I highly recommend that you go with at least, get signed up today with the links below with either Elite or the Stellar plan, as these plans will allow you to create multiple websites online for different niches for affiliate marketing or different industries that you may be working in, if that makes sense. Something that you want to know in this Milesweb review is that you don't get a free domain name with the first 2 tiers. You can purchase a domain. It will cost you through Milesweb. If you want a free domain, then you can try the 3rd and the 4th tier, which is Stellar and Alpha Cloud. Another option that you could do if you want, you could use a site like Namecheap.com. Namecheap.com has very cheap domains itself. Of course, what it will require you to do is to purchase a domain name there first. You get your web hosting with the links below with Milesweb. Milesweb is going to send you a few emails. You're going to have the name servers for your web hosting with Milesweb itself. And what you're going to have to do is point the Namecheap domain name to Milesweb name servers. And if you need help with that or have questions about how to do it, then just drop a comment right below, leave a comment right below, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that. So again, the domain names are not free with the very first 2 plans, but if you want a free domain name, which is really great to have it all under the same place, all at Milesweb, you can just go with the Stellar or the Alpha Cloud plan itself. You're going to get free SSL certificates. Every website online should have SSL certificates. You'll see in the case of my website, learninnet.com, it has an SSL certificate, and it renews each and every year. And the benefit is that, 1, it lets my visitors from all over the world know that learninnet.com is 100% secure. And also Google ranks it really high. So I get a lot of visitors to my website that are interested in creating websites with WordPress or making money online, and they can see off the back that my website is 100% secure. So that's what you're getting today with Milesweb. There are tons of security measures that are in place. You get daily backups, something that I wanted to highlight as well when it talks about like security. These are some things that I think that every web hosting provider should have in place. You need to have SSL certificates. You need to have daily backups on your website. You just never know if something might happen and you need to restore your website in the condition that it was before. Something that I really love about Milesweb as well is that they have 24/7 malware scanning. So they're scanning your website constantly, making sure that it's safe online. There's no malware. You have really great firewall to block DDoS attacks. It's something that we all have to face, but you need a reliable and secure web hosting provider that takes care of this problem. That way you don't have to. So this is another big reason why I highly recommend that you use Milesweb to create your website today. Let's go back to Uptime performance. Uptime is a measurement of how often your website is on or offline itself. When people are searching for you online in India, in the United States, in Europe, Asia, wherever it is, they want to know that your website is available online every time when they're searching for you. And so in the case of Milesweb, they have an average of 99.95% or better with uptime. And something that contributes to strong servers and fast page load is the fact that Milesweb works on light speed web servers. So you can always count on having fast page loads. Google recommends that if a website loads in less than 3 seconds, it means that you're going to have a better page experience for your visitors, and they're likely to stay on your website for a longer period of time. So again, Milesweb is a super reliable web hosting provider, and they're ideal for creating websites online. And this is another big reason why I recommend that you get started with them today. Now, with Milesweb, they do use a cPanel. Some other providers use control panels, such as a SiteGround that I mentioned before. And so if you want to migrate your website over to Milesweb, they do have free site migrations. Once you get started today with the links below, they will move your website over to the servers. It's 100% free. You don't have to pay for it. They have really, really great customer support. It's 24/7. They offer it through phone, chat, and email. In fact, I wanted to tell you guys about what other people think about Milesweb hosting services. To do that, I want to take you over to Trustpilot. I love Trustpilot because you can find out honest reviews about anything that you're looking up online, including Milesweb, and that way you can see what people think about the web hosting services. That way, when you get started today, using the links below, you'll be 100% reassured that you're creating your website with a reliable web hosting provider. So you can see here on Trustpilot that as of today, 8,184 reviews have been left on their profile. So what do people think about them? Well, 91% gave Milesweb 5 stars. 6% gave them 4 stars. Less than 1% gave them 3 or 2 stars. 2% gave Milesweb a 1-star rating. So you're talking about a very, very low rating. Every web hosting provider out there has somebody who may not like something. And so a small 2%, that's nothing at all. So what do people think about Milesweb hosting in general? Well, if you scroll down, you'll see tons of different comments or feedback that was left about their web hosting services. And this is something that I wanted to share with you in this Milesweb review to make sure that it's honest, it's unbiased, and that way when you get started today, you'll be 100% happy with their web hosting services. So this person just a day ago said, very good support from Milesweb. Very, very positive. They actually named a representative that helped them, which I think is amazing. If you look at the next one right here, it says that Tajah Shakur, sir, is the best problem solver. Great job, sir. You always listen actively and attentively to make sure you understand what the exact problem is and you come up with solutions in an effective manner. Really, really positive. This one says, I had, again, a major issue with my client, G Suite Gmail, Mr. Deja. and Mr. Amal Joshi had helped and solved my problem within 20 minutes. It was not only a major problem, it was about my reputation with the client, which they understood my concern and solved it so easily. They are very professional and so accurate with their work. If there is any chance for me to meet them personally, I will say thanks. Really, thank you. So this is a comment from another customer of Milesweb. Again, a positive, just positives after positives. Now this one right here says, I was very impressed with your knowledge, professionalism, and willingness to help me resolve my issue. You were able to quickly understand the problem and provide me with a clear and concise solution. You were also very patient and answered all of my questions thoroughly. I am especially grateful for the fact that you went above and beyond to help me. You took the time to explain the root cause of the problem and how to prevent it from happening again. You also provided me with some additional tips and resources that I found very helpful. Overall, I had an excellent experience with technical support. You are a valuable asset to your team and to your company. I would highly recommend you to anyone who needs technical support. So again, there are tons upon tons of testimonials that are here, well over 8,000. And as you saw in the very beginning, 91% gave them a 5-star rating, which is very, very high. If you look at a lot of competitors online, Bluehost, HostGator, a lot of other companies online, when you look at a lot of other companies online that are competitors of Milesweb, they have very bad ratings online. Bluehost is another one that's out there that has really bad ratings. And so when you think about a lot of other competitors online of Milesweb that don't have really good reputations, even from reviewers, you can see that in the case of Milesweb, they have a rock solid customer support. People speak so highly about them. They have very affordable web hosting services. And again, I highly recommend that you get started with them today by using the links below. So with Milesweb itself, they offer free CDNs. So CDNs are content delivery networks. Every website online should have a CDN. You need them to prevent your website from crashing. Of course, Milesweb has some really great uptime performance due to their strong server performance with light speed, but just another measure to help with that, to balance all of the traffic that's coming, not only from India, but if you get visitors from the United States, Canada, Europe, any other, country itself, if you're getting hundreds or even thousands of visitors at the same time, a CDN prevents your website from crashing or going offline. So I love that Milesweb gives you one for free. That helps with faster page loads and delivery of your content from anywhere in the world. And that way your visitors will have a better overall experience when surfing your website. Something else that I wanted to mention about Milesweb is that they have 6 different data centers in Canada, UK, the United States, India, Singapore, and Australia. This is amazing, and it's very important because a lot of Milesweb competitors online may have 1, 2, or maybe 3 different data centers, which is okay, but the more, the better. And that way you can have a better overall customer experience, on your website and faster delivery of your content itself. Of course, with their web hosting itself, you can create your website with WordPress. You can either use a shared hosting itself, or you can use their WordPress hosting. The pricing is pretty much the same. There's some added features with the WordPress that the share doesn't have. But I think if you're a beginner online, all you need to get is the Ignite plan. What I recommend that you do is to purchase several years of web hosting up front. When you do that, you're going to save a lot of money. If you're using the links that are right below in the description of this video, you're going to save up to 80% off today. Use those links today, and that way you can save 80% off right now from your web hosting today, okay? And so Milesweb offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. This means that if you're not happy with their web hosting, you can contact customer support. You can contact them by phone. They have chat. You can see right here with Trustpilot that they have an excellent reputation online. They have amazing customer support. And so I know that if you get started today, you're going to stay with Milesweb. And so what I want you guys to do right now is to get started by using the links below. What I wanted to do is to talk to you about the main reasons why I recommend getting started with Milesweb. One, they're very affordable. Two, they're super reliable. They have amazing customer support. They're very secure, and they have amazing uptime performance. Those are the main reasons that I highly recommend that you get started today with Milesweb. So use the links that are right below, guys. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like button. That way, future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. If you have any questions at all, you can drop your questions or comments right below. I really would appreciate it to hear your feedback, okay? Get started by using the links below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.